We need to build our own economy for what? The past 40, 50 years? He's been talking this for decades now, and he's still singing the same song because all the years of him talking it, all the examples that we have had of people trying to direct us into that particular path, we still haven't done it. And in his mid-80s, he's still on the charge. He's still fighting for us to try to get us to understand that we need to build our own economy. We generate and spend entirely too much money to not have our own economy. We could actually be a fucking force in the universe if we came together and had our own economy. We'd be the 10th largest nation on the planet. Right? But we're so fucking unorganized. We're so addicted to entertainment and laughing and dancing and joking. But anyway, I gave this brother the book because I told him, you are not going to understand what I am trying to build with my company, with my organization. You're not going to understand what I am trying to do if you do not read this book. Read this book. First and foremost, because you need to read something. Engage your imagination. You understand? Take a walk into the past. Look at this man's life. Look at where he came from and what he built from fucking nothing. You understand that? From nothing. He built one of the greatest legendary HBCUs on the planet. And he did it with black ingenuity, black labor. He created an economy. And white people were racist as fuck back then. But you know what? They were making their own supplies, making their own bricks, all kinds of shit they were doing. White people were going to them and buying their goods and services from them because of the quality of it. Anyway, so the homie never read the book. I let him hold it. He had the book for a couple of months, actually. Never once cracked the first page. Never cracked the cover of the book. Not one time did he read the book. Never read it. You know what he spent his time doing? Playing fucking video games. This is a grown man with children. Or I should say a child. I shouldn't put him out there and say children. But he's a father. Instead of exercising his brain and trying to build himself up so that he can be a force to be reckoned with in the future, he spent his free time smoking bud, playing video games, and crying about a situation. This is what he spent his time doing, as opposed to empowering himself. He spent his free time playing games. I'm trying to drop jewels on this kid. He spent his time doing dumb shit. He spent his time trying to relive his childhood or continue living in his childhood. Because let's face it, most fucking people don't grow up. They grow out, they get fatter, they get taller, they get bigger. But their brains, their minds don't change. They stay stuck on little kid time. And it is really time for us to stop that shit. We got to do something different. We have to change our approach to everything. We have to, because we may not be a global minority, but if we keep up with this stupid shit, we will be, without a doubt, we will be. So, like I said, the title of this video, pardon my frustration, but I'm frustrated with a lot of stuff. And I probably stepped on a lot of toes right now, but I don't care. Listen, I don't care about any other race of people. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care about white people. I don't care about Asians. I don't give a fuck what country they come from. Korea, South Korea, North Korea, Taipei. Fucking, I don't give a fuck where they come from. I don't give a fuck about Latinos, no matter where the fuck they come from on the planet. I don't care about white people. I have to say that twice. I don't care. You know why? Because none of them care about us. I care about us. I care about black people. I don't give a fuck. All of these other races on the planet are out for their own good, their own benefit. They don't give a fuck about us. black people are out here actually caping for Asians. We need to support Asian businesses, y'all, because they're minorities too. First off, as a black person, you are not a fucking minority. As a black person, there are over 1 billion Africans throughout the diaspora. That does not a minority make. There aren't 1 billion white people any fucking where. So how can we be a minority when there are more of us, more people on the planet that look like us than them? Please, tell me, we're not a minority. Asian people used us for our numbers, for the fact that they know we'll stand up and fight. Because let's face it, no other race of people are actually fighting against white supremacy. Even if white supremacy is kicking them in their asses, they're not fighting white supremacy. We are. And when they want to fight white supremacy, what do? They come get us. Now they want to be our friends. Listen, I don't give a fuck about no other race of people but my own. And that's how you have to be. I'm not out here trying to be friends with anybody. I'm not trying to be these motherfuckers' friends. Believe that. I'm not trying to be their friends. Look, I'm an asshole, and I'll admit it. And I make no bones about it. But I'm an even bigger asshole if you don't look like me. I'm just saying. I don't smile with motherfuckers and kiki ha with these motherfuckers. I don't do that. I don't have no fucking rap for motherfuckers like that at all. And if you ask me about politics, about current affairs, I'm going to tell you, I'm B1, bitch, all day. If you ain't talking what I'm talking about my people, then there ain't nothing for us to fucking talk about. I don't give a fuck about what's happening with the Latino community. I don't give a fuck about the Asian community, East Indian community. I don't give a fuck. And to be honest with you, the way some of our brothers and sisters throughout the diaspora look down on us, I don't give a fuck about them either. Foundational Black Americans, yeah, I'm all for that. Because a lot of you immigrant blacks that come over here, and let's fucking face it, y'all turn your noses up to us. In fact, y'all aren't even allowed in the country unless you're not willing to uphold the white supremacist agenda. So before I consider you part of the team, you're going to have to prove yourself. Sorry, you're going to have to fucking prove yourself. You're going to have to prove that you stand with us. Because if you want to help us fight to get reparations here, that gives us reason to continue to fight for you. Because let's face it, that's all the fuck we've ever done is gone throughout the world fighting for black people, fighting for quote unquote minorities and other people of color. Nobody has ever fucking fought for us. It's time to change that shit. It's time to change that shit, seriously. It really is. Time to change that shit. Oh, and another thing too. All of these old ass black people, all of these civil rights, all these backwash civil rights rejects and shit. Fuck all y'all old asses. Because you old people are at the end of your lives. Your life is on a downward spiral, a downhill slope from this point. 60, 70, 80-year-olds and shit who sold us out in the fucking 70s. Martin Luther King got shot and murdered, assassinated. That was exactly what they needed. That's exactly what they wanted. Now that Martin Luther King was out of the way, now they can get those benefits that white people were dangling over their heads. You want to make some money? You got to stop talking that black empowerment shit. And they went right for it. Think about it. Elijah Cummings died. He didn't retire. He died as a rep in the House of Representatives, as the rep for the state of Maryland. He died in that position. He didn't retire and pass the reins on to a younger brother or sister. He held on to that shit as long as he fucking could. Because it was never about helping black people for them. It was about what they could do for their fucking selves. It's time for you old niggas to step aside. It's time for y'all to move out of the fucking way. You're impeding our progress. And the sad part is you ain't got that much longer to live. I would expect you old motherfuckers to want to go out on your shield, to go out like a fucking soldier. You at the end of your life anyway. What could they possibly do to hurt you at this point in your life? Most of y'all 70, 80 years old. What the fuck can they do to hurt you at this point? You already got one foot in the fucking grave. Stand on your motherfucking square. Fight for your fucking people. Stop acting like a bunch of pussies that are scared of white people and do something to empower your fucking community or get knocked the fuck off. Because we ain't asking no more. We're moving you out of the way. We're not asking anymore.